keep it too real for real, and that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out and hit the door steady. Small business don't come around and don't survive my ratings. All I talk about and that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich, the whole club.
We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Superdome here in New Orleans. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the New Orleans Saints. Of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone and ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. Now you look at this Saints defense. Now they're squarely in the middle of the pack against the run this year, number 16 in the NFL.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
And this is going to be a Bucs first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line.
That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon.
Takes it to about the 37.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They stay on the ground with White. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. That's a strong run. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 46 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down.
You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They work now on 2nd and 9. They run straight ahead here with White, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Over the middle, complete. It's White. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
That was a heck of an effort to stop him just short of the marker, but now they're going to need another big play on 4th down on defense, I believe, because offensively, they went from 3rd and long to now it's a go situation here on 4th and inches.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it looking at 4th and less than a yard. Looking to throw. Prescott. That is caught. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. DK Metcalf with career touchdown number 70. And the Buccaneers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Gano the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. Balled at the 26. 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Townsend. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Back to throw. Townsend. Open target here, Darius Slayton. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down. The Saints at 3-5, 2 games under 500. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple.
And Ollie sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
He's got him in, complete, and he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Prescott. And he's taken down here by the Saints. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's taken at around the 40. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Off play action. Townsend sliding out of the pocket. He'll dump this off to Akers. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. He was out there waving his arms. When you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Looking to throw. Townsend. He's able to get it to Coleman. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Ready, break!
And they'll go with a ground attack here. Jordan Fuller there to take him down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it, try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
Ready.
On 3rd down, Townsend. Smith Jr. from 21 yards away. And the Saints
taken the lead.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
Sheds off the tackle.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Here's a run with Akers on second down.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you. Third and inches, they just hand it to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a first down.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Darius Slayton, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Saints will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Now a second and 10.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground.
And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Now a hit and a loose tackle. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. So that's a solid start to the second half. You come out of the lockers losing, thinking you're kicking it away, not going to have it, but boom, the fumble, they get it right back.
I don't know whether they even drew that up on the board or was it just said, but they had to have it. They needed a spark to get them going here in the second half, and they got it right away.
Now Prescott going to change the play. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. His throw incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Here's Prescott. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. White will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. And now they'll shift things around. Now Prescott. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Chris Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
One play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Off the play fake, Prescott. Rolling to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Flushed out right. Finds Pickens out right. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, a run from White. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. First down, Prescott. Going across the formation, there's Otten with it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now Dak, he wants to change the play. First down, here's White. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 7 yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10. Throwing, Prescott. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Terrell Edmunds comes flying in from safety for the sack. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
Here we go, 46.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting it back on the sack. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this will stay a 3-touchdown game.
I don't think there's any other way to frame it other than this. That's a disappointing end to a good opening drive and definitely not what they're looking for on the road.
You mentioned a good opening drive. You're right. They were able to move the ball, picked up a few first downs. In the end, though, they come away with nothing. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides, but to see the ball on a running back.
Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go, 46.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Yeah, to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Prescott now. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And the Saints are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. And that's now a half dozen interceptions for him over the last 2 games. Because CD, remember, he threw 3 in the last ball game and now 3 more here.
And the way that you present it, partner, I'm not sure what sounds worse, right? Half a dozen over the last 2 games or 3 the last game, 3 this game. Either way, it's way too many. And that's something they'll have to work on, hoping to get through the rest of this game without having to address it again.
I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for 2nd down.
Let's go.
In motion, Slayton. Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
I know nowadays they give a lot of guys different things when they get to the sidelines after creating a big play, but just throw a cape on this guy because he single-handedly ended multiple drives. Interception earlier, sack on 3rd down. Really? Should have a better game plan installed for how to contain him because he's affecting this game in so many ways.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. Buying time to his left. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Saints will have the football back. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dab. Been a big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 54 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On the counter, this is Akers. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. 2nd down and 8. And they'll go on the ground. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Ready.
And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Smith. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Catch made by Slayton. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. But it's caught on the right side of Smith. Touchdown, Saints. Irv Smith Jr. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Saints look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on and get back to practice in the next couple of days.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
On third down, it's Prescott. Flush to his right. And that's incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do
is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll throw again. Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to get it back here just past the 35.
The Saints take over 1st and 10.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the 4th.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early. But give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
A give, running right is Akers.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.